Congratulations on getting your new CPN. The first thing that you want to do, and go ahead and knock this out as quickly as possible. One of the things that you don't want to do or can't do with your brand new CPN is that you cannot have it linked to any information that you've used in the past for credit. That's why, we set you up with a new email address. You see step number 1 here is to create yourself a new Google Voice. So when you create yourself a new Google Voice number, you want to use that number. You want to use that number on your, applications going forward. And your Google Voice number can be forwarded to your home phone or cell phone. And this is the number that you always want to use. What I would recommend everyone doing is, I have an Android phone. I don't know how you Apple people have it, but I'm able to create a notepad on my phone. So what I usually do is I open a notepad and I put my CPN number, I put my new Google Voice number, and I put my new forwarding address on the notepad so that I don't forget it. So if I'm in a situation, where I'm applying for credit or anything like that online, I can just go straight to it. So word of advice, open up or just when you, put it on a notepad or something and email it to yourself, however you do your storage, or not storage, but, you do your notes. I would definitely highly recommend you do that. So let's get started. So the very first thing you want to do when you get your CPN, it comes with an address. That address is a temporary address. That is a real address, but you want to change it as soon as possible. So step 1, you want to go right here. You want to click on Mover's Guide. And then you want to come down here and click on individual. You can put your information in. All right. So you put in your information. Let's just see if it does that. Let's see if it goes through. It's a permanent change, and you want to move today. And the address that you want to use right here is the address that I gave you in the email. So for whatever address that I gave you in your email, use that address, put that here. And then right here where it says, what's your new address? This is the address that you want to use. If you don't have an address, like if you have a brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, co-worker, family member, friend, whatever, and addresses you can use that you've never used before, great. Go ahead and, ask your family member for their address. If not, just come to Google and just type in USA forwarding address. And then what happens is there's a lot of companies out here, USA or US forwarding address, whatever. And so it's like a P.O. box, but it's better than a P.O. box is because, you don't have to go to the P.O. box to pick up your mail. It gets forwarded to your house. So you just come here and they're like $5. And so basically you get a forwarding address. See right here, it's a real street address. You can get your mail and everything forwarded to your house. So if you don't have a forwarding address, then you can just come over here and pick any one of these, and they'll forward them to your house. And once you do that, this is where we're going to pretty much solidify your CPN. Once you read all these instructions right here, we're going to solidify your CPN with your new forwarding address, whichever service that you decide that you want to use. And then what you want to do is we want to set up your public records. The public records will basically cement your CPN number and allow you to do a whole lot more and, get all the approvals that you need to accomplish your goals. So basically the rest of the steps are pretty self-explanatory. You just come here, list yourself on this page. You put your CPN number in there, and then you want to use the address that you're going to be keeping permanently, whether it be a family member or if you moved into a new address that you've never used before, or if you decide that you want to come over here and get one of these USA forwarding addresses. So you put that there, and this is going to put you in the public records, okay? You do not use the forwarding address that I gave you in this step. You want to use the permanent address that you want to use that you've never used before. And where it says not associated with you, that means that you've never used it before. And then what's going to happen next is you're going to update this address on your credit file. And so what you want to do right here is you want to apply for the American Express card And what this is going to do, we're not, just like it says here, we're not looking for an approval. We're just using this as a means to transfer information to the credit bureaus. Once again, don't use your temporary address here. Use the one, use your USA forwarding address, or, if you have a family member or whatever, coworker, whatever. And that's pretty much it as far as setting up your new address. And it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty simple, but this video needed to be made to answer a lot of questions. So that is how you set up your forwarding address.